CVD, HPHT, IGI, GIA. It feels like I'm learning the periodic table of elements back in school. When it comes to stones, all these things can get super confusing, but the main contrast here that I want to explain is the difference between CVD and HPHT. Now, there's a lot of mixed information out there, like they're not really different, but there are some differences, although not vast, but significant. Let's roll my music so I can put you onto the difference between CVDs and HPHTs.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. CVDs and HPHTs, the bad boy stones when it comes to the diamond world. They are like frowned upon since the creation of machines to be able to discover the difference between those and naturals, because nobody knew. Now, slowly but surely, the CVD buzz is growing and becoming more of a thing. The more we transition into a culture of eco-friendly, sustainability, environmentally conscious, CVDs are going to get more notoriety in the jewelry space, and the negative connotation of them is going to start reducing little by little. I've mentioned in other videos before, since I have more of an interest in CVDs at this point, and I want to continue learning and seeing differences between those and naturals. All it's going to take is one of the big brands like Van Cleef, Tiffany's, or Cartier to jump onto the CVD bandwagon, and things are going to start changing for the mass market, and the public perception is really going to start shifting. Watch. Now, quick Snapple fact about CVD, HPHT, or a lab diamond. Now, the term lab diamonds gets thrown around quite often because anything made in the lab is considered a lab diamond, whether it be a moissanite, CZ, etc., because they're made in labs. But the way that I interpret lab diamond is an actual diamond that it's made in a lab, not any other chemical composite other than a diamond that's made in a lab. Now, jewelry enthusiasts like myself often have heard in the grapevine that CVD diamonds are trash. They're absolutely worthless. And it's been thrown around that they're not diamonds. That's inaccurate. CVDs and HPHTs are diamonds. The difference between HPHTs and CVDs versus natural diamonds is one's made in the ground and one's made in a lab. Now, a great example that I was given one was ice. Take tap water, put it in your ice tray, put it in the freezer in your house. Couple hours, ice, right? You're an adventurer. You climb up to the top of Mount Everest, freezing cold. Any water that's up there, ice. That wasn't made in your freezer. Ice is ice, is ice. Either way it's made, it's still ice. Now, these lab formulated diamonds aren't brand new. They've been around since the 50s, which actually the HPHT version is the OG version of lab created diamonds. Now, HPHT stands for high pressure, high temperature, which is exactly how the process is made. You take a diamond seed, piece of carbon, put it in the machine. The machine produces high pressure, high temperature. And when I mean high temperature, I'm talking like over 1400 degrees. And when we talk about high pressure, we're talking over 1,000,000 pounds of pressure. Essentially trying to mimic what the natural diamond does in the earth. It takes what, hundreds of years? And once the process is completed, you get this really rough looking cuboctahedron shaped item. I just learned that word, true story, barely can pronounce it. Once that rough piece comes out, it gets polished, it gets shaped to whatever cut, and boom, you have your diamond. Now, with everything else, technology advances, so you fast forward 30 plus years, and we have what's now very popularly known as CVD. And CVD stands for chemical vapor disposition, which is exactly how the process is made as well. Similar type of format, as it also starts with a diamond seed. However, you don't combine the carbon in this case, you just put the diamond seed in what's like a vacuum cell. And in this vacuum cell in chamber, there's going to be carbon that's going to surround that actual diamond seed, attaching itself to that diamond seed, eventually creating this crystallized diamond piece that comes out in a cube shape in its rough form that has to be polished and shaped, and boom, you have your diamond. They're both similar type processes as they're both formulated in a lab. Now, where the differences come in between these two, although they're both lab created diamonds, there is a visual difference between both of them, as the HPHT diamonds generally come out with a little bit of a more yellowish, grayish kind of hue. And that's why HPHTs are kind of like the lower grade lab diamonds, as CVD have taken over popularity because it's considered a type 2A diamond, which is essentially the purest form of diamond that's actually very difficult to find in its natural resource. It would be a very pricey stone if you found it natural, handsome. So in the lab diamond space, the difference between them are pretty much like everything else. The more you learn about a product, you devise better techniques to make this particular product. So the CVD takes shorter time, better quality, using better technology, as opposed to the HPHT diamonds. Now, both of these diamonds are significantly cheaper than natural diamonds, and those rare natural diamonds, right? We've seen that in the last video, how rare they really are. The only rarity really comes in that type 2A class diamond, as that's like pure. So again, the major differences between HPHT and CVDs is HPHTs is done by high pressure, high test, and it's older technology, as opposed to CVD, which is more of a vacuum chemical kind of composition that takes a shorter amount of time with the most purest form of diamond that they can make in a lab. But at the end of the day, they're both diamonds. And if they are considered worthless, then real diamonds are considered worthless as well. There's so many lies about real diamonds that it's crazy. Am I gonna stop buying naturals or CVDs? No. If you're a jewelry enthusiast and a fan of diamonds, naturals are more surrounded than CVDs until they become more vastly popular, and that will take some time, but right now I'm exploring the CVD realm. Maybe I'll do an actual comparison with one HPHT and one CVD so we can see if our natural eyes can spot the difference. Hope this was information. Love you, mother sucks from the heart, and I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Are you with CVDs or against them? Let me know. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.